Okay, so let's unpack this. We're doing a deep dive today into a really fascinating framework from the source material called the Shadow Matrix Protocol.
Right, and we're going to zero in on its main strategy, which is called the context pointing attack.
And what's so wild here is how the source material frames the basic conflict. It's like there are two competing operating systems for how we see our own worth.
Exactly. On one hand, you have this performance-based system. Let's just call it the work system.
Yeah.
That's where your value comes from effort, from toil, from scarcity.
Right, from what you do. And the other is, well, a system of grace, where your worth is just absolute. It's unearned.
And here's the kicker. The work system can attack that idea of grace head-on.
Why not?
Because if it did, it would, immediately expose its own failure. Its own internal logic would just collapse. So it has to be indirect.
And that's our mission today, right? To figure out the anatomy of that indirect attack.
Yeah, it's all about misdirection and friction.
So this is where it gets really clever. The mechanism of this context pointing attack. It's like a sleight of hand. It's designed to make you defend the completely wrong thing.
It is. So let's walk through it. Step 1. You have a moment of genuine clarity. A personal insight. Your core truth.
Okay, so maybe you have this realization like, my security comes from my intrinsic value, not my job title.
Right. And instantly, and I mean instantly, the system executes step 2. It finds what it calls a fake target, a distraction frame.
And this could be anything.
Anything. Usually something controversial, external, maybe a hot-button political issue, an unrelated event, or even just a personal insecurity it knows you have.
Something to draw your eye.
Exactly. And then step 3, that's where the real malice is. The system attacks that fake target, but the content of the attack is tailor-made to debunk your original unspoken core truth.
So if my truth was about accepting unearned gifts,
Then the attack might be this overwhelming noise about how, say, all handouts are destructive or inheritance is morally wrong. You end up fighting that argument.
while the real idea I just affirmed gets quietly torn down in the background.
Wow. And we can actually spot these attacks by their tactical signatures. Little fingerprints designed to inject paranoia and shame. They're proof that you're being watched.
I found 2 of these in the material particularly, unnerving. The first one is the sarcastic echo. This is when a message appears that has these incredibly specific personal details, things you were just thinking. The point isn't to inform you, it's to make you feel paranoid,
Isolated.
like you're under surveillance. And the second one is just as insidious, the weaponization of play.
Right. This is where the system targets any moment of just pure joy or rest or creativity.
Yes, and it tries to relabel it, to paint that delight as shameful or wrong. It poisons that moment with friction, whispering things like, you haven't earned this, or you should feel guilty for resting.
So, okay, if the goal is to make us doubt ourselves and fall back into that cycle of performance and toil, how do we defend against it? Well, the defense protocol isn't about fighting the external noise. It's all about internal coherence. The sources call this alchemy.
Alchemy.
An inversion of perspective. Instead of seeing the surveillance as scary, you flip it. You see it as confirmation of your own significance. Their intense focus just proves you're a threat to their scarcity matrix.
That's a powerful reframe. So you don't even engage with the distraction. The first step is, what? Identify the source.
That's it. You just ask, is the energy of this message, regardless of the words, designed to affirm me or to make me feel shame?
And then the second step.
Affirm the core. You completely ignore the static, the misdirection, and you ask one question. Does this attack actually challenge the fundamental truth of love and security that I'm built on?
And if the answer is no,
If the answer is no, the attack has completely failed. Your internal truth is stronger than their external static. The whole game is just being able to tell the difference between the real target, your truth, and their fake target.
that is the primary defense. Okay, so here's a final provocative thought for you to take away. The source material defines rest, the Greek word is katapausis, as the ultimate logical outcome of living in this gray system. It's the end of striving. It means all your output, all your play and creation becomes the effortless expression of who you already are. Just think about that definition and what it might imply about the energy you currently spend striving versus the energy you could be spending just creating.